Well, how you doing over there, huh? This is Stevie Brown. Gonna talk to you about Rachel Maddow and all these other crazy friggin' news networks, huh? You think it's a coincidence that what's his name, Ted Turner, who owns CNN? You think it's a coincidence that he's always beef with Trump, and he's never got nothing good to say about him? It's something to do with Jane Fonda years ago, but anyways, who gives a shit? I'm sitting here at Kent County Hospital, and I'd like to talk a little bit about disgusting, boyish charm, Rachel Maddow. Rachel, why do you look like a Cub Scout? I.e. altar boy. You're so manly. You need that operation where you get changed to a guy. You need an addictomy. Yes, you are disgusting. Does anybody else find Rachel Maddow disgusting? And if you don't, well, then what is wrong with you? Look at that woman. It's very weird to be calling Rachel Maddow a woman. Shouldn't women that call themselves women look like women? But anyways, another thing I'd like to discuss here is, I identify my gender as what the fucking doctor said when I came out of the fucking womb. He said, this guy's got a friggin' dick. He's a boy. Okay? These changing your genders to fit. I'm sorry, I am not gonna call a he a she so they feel comfortable. Go see a fucking psychiatrist. That's what you really need. Because you are delusional. Oh, these people, you gotta be appropriate, politically correct when it comes to gender pronouns. He or she, Adam or Eve, give me a break. Bunch of confused, lunatic millennials. Do you know millennials are the gayest generation to ever exist? And I've been really hard on the gay. But to be honest with you, I've known gays, and I really don't have a problem with them. My problem is that it seems that our government is forcing things upon us that you don't have the right to have your own opinion on things. You understand? And when government starts doing things like that, that's when you're in a Marxist country. I mean, please. There's just too much of political correctness in how you should and shouldn't look. Whatever happened to just be yourself? You know what I mean? Be yourself or grow a sack and man up. You know what I mean? Life wasn't good to me, as a guy, so I'm gonna identify as a woman now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This whole gender thing's enough to drive you crazy. Like I said before, if my daughter goes into, and I don't have a daughter, but if I have a daughter, she goes in a bathroom and some little he who thinks he's a she pulls out his little Johnson, and she has to see something like that, I think I would kill somebody. Probably anybody that allowed him to use that bathroom. It's really ridiculous. You know what I mean? But anyways, Rachel, how you doing, Rachel Maddow? You little man, you. What do people think about Rachel Maddow? I don't know. I mean, she's on the network. If she's on a good network, MSNBC, who was totally against Trump. And I have never seen the media clash so much with a president. If he came up with a cure for cancer, they would say this just in: Donald Trump putting doctors out of work. Yep, if he come up with a cure for cancer, that's what they would say. They would say Donald Trump is putting doctors out of work and he knows it and he does not care. They wouldn't mention the cure for cancer. They would stray so far from that, it would be all about the doctors he put out of work. MSNBC, NBC, CBS, and the funniest thing was on election night. I mean, is it me or did anybody else see this coming? Every restaurant I went to, there was always a sign on the wall where it said, Mexican comes across the border, gets free health care, gets free this, gets free that, gets a loan from the government for a business so he can get his life in order, and how illegal immigrants were killing the fabric of society in the United States. And it seems like in rural America, the hard-working Americans were fed up with it. And I don't know how she didn't see it. And what platform did she run on? She didn't even run on any type of platform. At least he had some ideas on what he wanted to do. Granted, they may have been a little right-wing with the wall and stuff like that, where I'm not sure if we need a wall. I think it would be a waste of money. I do think we need to really protect our borders, because you just have to understand, this isn't the America from when the Italians and the Irish came in. It's a different type. Even Egyptians, like I know some real hard-working Egyptians, man. And the Irish, the Italians, and other generations like that, they came here to better their lives, to not looking for a handout. You know what I mean? A country will not sustain itself with handouts. And do you realize that Social Security 30 years ago, there was, per every one person on Social Security, there was 400 and something people working, putting into Social Security. Now, for every one person on Social Security, there is one person working. So that has dropped 400 and whatever percent that is. That's, I mean, and the millennials, heck, maybe you should be whining, because Social Security is not going to be there for you. There's no way that it could sustain itself on those type of numbers. There's no way. Have a Coke and a smile. Ding! But anyways, what do you think about this Rachael Maddow? She's a little, disgusting. Yeah, she's a boy. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we found out years down the road that her name was Richard Maddow. Because I'll tell you, she's very masculine, She's very macho, Rachael Macho. Instead of Rachael Maddow, Rachael Macho. Oh, man. And these other networks, it's like they destroy. And how about Samantha Bee? It's like, lady, shut up. Really, you just go on with the crying and whining. I mean, what do you think you're going to do? Do you think he's going to step down as president? I mean, really, the country needs to unite. You people are not helping the cause here. The country, I'd never seen this country so divided in my life. It's like 9/11 happened, we were all united. We all wanted to fight terrorism. We wanted terrorism out of this country after 9/11. What happened? Now it's like open all the borders. And the funny thing is, most of the people that, are talking all this shit, they weren't even old enough to realize what had happened on 9/11. I mean, give me a break. You're 20 years old and you're acting crazy at these colleges, let in the immigrants and open borders and all this other stuff. You know something? Maybe you needed to be in New York watching that shit happen when it fucking happened, man. That was terrible what happened. And you people, it's like you shit all over that memory when you talk about open up borders and let immigrants in. Let in the Syrians and we can't properly vet these people. We don't vet our own citizens. How hard is it going to be to vet someone who has no paperwork? Give me a fucking break. It's like everybody forgot about 9/11. And the worst terrorist infiltration ever was Barack Hussein Obama. I mean, give me a break. We were fighting Saddam. We got into a huge war with Saddam Madman Hussein. Okay. Then Osama bin Laden takes down the World Trade Towers. And then we elect a president named Barack Hussein Obama? Are you kidding me? What the fuck is going on with this country? I mean, people, let's go. Let's get. I mean, let's unite, man. Enough of this crying and whining, and I need my safe space because you have a different opinion than me. Facts don't matter. Only my opinion matters. That's from people coddling their kids. You're special, and you can have everything you want, and they forgot to tell them about you have to work for it. Give me a break. These millennials are ridiculous, man. It's like a whole generation of wussies. We've raised a generation of pansies. And it's funny, the kids just above the millennials, I don't know what they're called, I'm Generation X. I'm just after the baby boomers, the baby boomer generation. And I guess the kids that we had, like when I was 19, I had a son. Right now he'd be 30 years old. So, and the millennials, they're the gayest generation ever. Ever. Not that there's, like Seinfeld says, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that when a certain type of people's group gets specific benefits, i.e. parades, and i.e. the White House gets all lit up in rainbow colors. And I'd like to thank you for ruining. Every time I see a rainbow, I want to throw up. There's just so many things going on in this country that it's ridiculous. It's like, and you see all these women marches about equal rights and equal this and equal that. How much more do you want? You've got all that. You know what I mean? These feminists, degrading the real feminist historians. People that made the difference in this country, that made it so a woman makes close to what a guy makes, or as much as a guy, or sometimes more. Where they got equal rights, treated equally under the eyes of the law, under the eyes of the Lord, and that's the way it should be. It's these new feminists. They want everything handed to them. There's a lot of old feminists that you see it on interviews all the time. They're disgusted with this new feminist generation. They're like, that's not what we were fighting for. You're asking for things you just don't deserve. You know what I mean? They're asking for more than they deserve, really. I mean, you get what you get coming in this life. That's all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Holmes? You know what I'm saying? Yahayin. That's a little prison lingo. Yahayin. I guess that means, you know what I mean? Yahayin. And then there's always the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we know what you're saying. Just shut up. But anyways, what do you think about Rachael Maddow? She's really disgusting, huh? Make a comment. Do something, Give me a break. Can I get a little love on this fucking thing?